Hi Capricorn, welcome or welcome back. This is going to be your reading for January of 2021. I'm not going to do a preamble. We're going to get right into your reading. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you this month, January 2021, for my lovely Capricorns. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Get it. Okay, Hope. I see you. So, general energy for this reading, temperance, followed by strength. This is like very, very, very strong energy, very beautifully connected to your inner sense of self and very able to like make the right moves and find balance and be patient and like have a good strategy, like all of those great things that we love for you. So in broad strokes, what I'm seeing here in your reading is that there's some sort of like illusion that you're really working hard to cast off. There's some sort of I feel like there was like a little bit of self-deception maybe, or someone else was deceiving you that was causing a lot of darkness and a lot of pain, and you kind of caught wind of it and you're now deciding like, okay, I'm just going to get rid of that and trust my inner voice and make myself learn from my past mistakes. Okay, so in the current moment, I see you here is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So this card really just kind of talks to me about like having a little bit of a detachment from your emotions, or maybe for you Capricorn, this could be a little bit of like not allowing yourself to feel into a situation. I'm kind of getting the vibe that it was like you kind of not wanting to trust your heart, maybe. Whether or not that's appropriate, I don't know. We will find out. We're going to go back and clarify. But the main challenge for you right now is the Five of Cups. So letting some sort of grief go. Finding a way to like create space or containers in your life where you can just grieve and just like, whew, let it run through you. 222 on the clock there. So really important for you to, be honest about yourself, about the pain that you're feeling. Especially because in your hidden energies right now, we have this 10 of Swords. So feeling a lot of heaviness. And I feel like there's just some, like, it's dragging you down, whatever this is. There's a lot of like, God, when is this going to end kind of a vibe. Your conscious goal is the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So it kind of feels like, there may have been, what I feel like this is actually is like spirit or the universe, like something bigger than us. There was like some sort of judgment call that you made in the past that wasn't really super connected to your inner voice, and it was just something that was like, I'm just gonna do it for whatever reason. Like, I don't know, we're gonna go back and clarify and we'll figure out really what's going on here. But I feel like in the truest sense, you weren't 100% 333 behind this decision. So now it's kind of like, oh fuck. Like that's why that didn't feel right. That's why this thing didn't really pan out the way that I wanted it to, or felt that it should have, whatever the case is. And it's causing you a lot of grief and sadness right now. It's causing you a lot of self-punishment, actually, is what you're doing, is really what I'm seeing. And again, it kind of feels like maybe because there was that mistrust of yourself in the past, there's like this, you just kind of like really wanting to be a little bit cut off from your emotions in the future. Just kind of feeling like I followed my heart once and it got me really hurt, so why would I do that again? Well, it doesn't work that way. Like, we live and we learn. And even though you maybe didn't trust your better judgment in a situation, and it did cause a lot of grief and sadness, doesn't mean that necessarily it's going to be the storyline for the rest of your life, if that kind of makes sense. In your hidden or your strengths here, supporting energies, you have the High Priestess. So like your inner voice, I feel like you're learning to trust it in a different way. There might be some secret knowledge that you have as well, like just a bit of an understanding of how life works behind the veil that not everybody sees. Like there might be like when you move through the world, you might be seeing things in a light that most people don't, and that's serving you really well. Your hopes and fears, you have the Eight of Wands, so you really just want to like get out of this. You're just like, I want to transition into something better. Yeah, you're kind of hoping that it happens quickly, which is a very key thing, because I don't really see that happening, but I do see a transition happening for you. People see you as maybe a little bit just dissatisfied with life. You might just be like, meh, meh, and people don't really understand necessarily why you're dissatisfied. So just take note of that if people are trying to like be like, oh, you know, you should be really grateful for this thing. You're like a little bit disillusioned with all that shit. So I see you. The struggle is real. But really good energy, because at the end of the day, outcome of your cycle is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And I do love this card because this is, you know, an energy of a cycle that's repeating itself, really. But with all of the disillusionment happening here, like, let's call a spade a spade. You're not about to repeat your cycles. You're not about to repeat your patterns. Seeing a lot of learning from the past here. It's really, really great. 2021, a lot of 2021 is really informed by last year's energy. So you are going to be coming up against a lot of similar patterns, and you're really going to have a lot of opportunities to identify like the role that you played within those patterns, hack them, not repeat them, set a new tone. We love that for you. So let's go ahead and clarify. Let's find out what this judgment call was in the past with this card. Sorry. Nope, hang on. What's going on with this judgment? Okay, what's going on with this judgment card in the past? So we've got the Five of Wands in the reverse. I've got the Page of Swords in the reverse. The Page of Wands in the reverse. Okay, very interesting. So you're dealing with probably younger people who are very like, they have a lot of piss and vinegar, and they have a lot of like, you know, spicy sort of like whatever. If that's not the case, I feel like I feel like you almost got tired of bickering and gossip and like really like immature kind of folks who just like wanted to do a million things, or this could be your own tendency to whatever, like I don't know, but it does kind of read like the way that there's like an element of distraction. It's like if something excited you enough, then you would allow your focus to be taken away from it. And I feel like there may have been so much noise so consistently that was like spirit was like tap 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 on the door, and like you were very loud, you know what I mean, like energetically there was just so much going on that voice couldn't quite reach you. So now it's very quiet. It's very, very quiet, and spirit is reaching you, and there is a lot coming through. It just is, there's a lot of pain that comes with it, right? So let's find out what this Seven of Cups in the reverse is all about for you. Busy. All you need is less. And stop the glorification of busy. That's your new mantra. Okay. Yeah, we've got the Eight of Wands in the reverse. We have the Nine of Cups and the Chariot. Okay, so maybe you were really pursuing something. Something that you thought would make you quite happy. I feel like you kind of lost yourself in the process of your pursuit. Lost yourself in the pursuit of happiness. Lost yourself in the pursuit of something. Yeah. Very interesting. But you're also finding a lot of satisfaction and like gratitude to yourself and for yourself right now is what I'm seeing. It's kind of like that movement is halted You know, I have the Eight of Wands showing up twice for you. This guy is in the reverse, so that tells me like your goal is like, I'm not moving unless God, Spirit, Universe moves me. And I just saw 1010, which is a number that talks about creating your own reality. And this year, especially with all this Aquarian energy, is like we really do create our own reality, and it's all about the frequency that we choose to inhabit. So you're really just in this process of like, okay, I'm going to be led by something bigger than every shiny shit thing, if that kind of makes sense. I want to find out what's going on in your little dark night of the soul here with this 10 of Swords. Okay, I've got the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, Temperance reverse, and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Well, I bet I know what that is. There may have been, how do I say this? It's like there's an element of follow through that I just saw 1111. Man, your reading is kind of like lit right now. Something from the past, okay? Some sort of pattern was limiting your capacity to follow through on something. And I feel like there is like a real sense of gentleness that you're learning to have with yourself. And it's kind of like, I'm not going to force myself to do something. I'm just going to let myself flow into the right thing to do, which is really beautiful energy. So like it feels like this deep down when you're really honest with yourself, you know that you're at rock bottom in some way. Okay, so it's not easy. It's not fun. It's not pleasant. It doesn't look pretty. But the shit that you're learning, man, really, really great. Just don't be too hard on yourself for what the past was. Just let it be. Yeah. My advice is always be tender with yourself. You know me. You should just be gentle with yourself. Let's pop into your immediate future and see what this King of Swords is doing for you. Yeah. Okay, 6 of Cups. Ooh, nice. Justice. And the King of Pentacles. So there you are, showing up in the middle, and you're right in the middle of like balancing give and take and like receiving emotional goodness. It's really quite lovely. I feel like this is a very interesting energy of like relinquishing a little bit of control, maybe like releasing control, but also like releasing ambition. Just like all of this kind of is telling me is like you had all of the good stuff in life. Maybe there was like a lot of things that you're pursuing and doing that felt really good, but at the end of the day, it kind of like left a bad taste in your mouth maybe, or it just didn't satisfy you like the way that you wanted to. Or maybe it's still your energy in some way. I don't know, 1313. So it's very interesting that in your immediate future, you're like finding that stability of like, I'm going to create balance in my life, because that's what helps you, Capricorn, to stay connected to that inner child, to stay connected to that sense of innocence, and to actually like get the genuine excitement that I think you were trying to hunt down with all of this, you know, with all of this pursuing of whatever, all of this being busy. It's like you stopped doing that, and then you regained like the capacity to be totally enamored by the way that the rain looks when it falls, by the way that snow smells, you know, wherever you live. I don't know what the climate is like, but point being, really allowing yourself to like see the world through the eyes of a child again, which is really, really, really cool. So, that's feeling very clear. I am going to go to this Wheel of Fortune and just see like what the result is going to be like for you. Cool. Got the Wheel of Fortune again. Got the 7 of Swords. The 10 of Swords again. Boom. Oh, I love this for you. Like, you've been praying for this. You've been manifesting for this. You've been doing the emotional work to get to this point. Guess what? It's here. I love it for you. Okay. 10 of Swords. Again, cycles. Cycles of deception with the 7 of Swords in the reverse. This is like the end of not being honest with yourself. Ten of Swords, it's final. Doesn't come back after this. This is the end. This is the end of not being completely yourself, not being totally honest with yourself about what you need. I love it. I love this for you, Capricorn. So let's wrap your reading up, get you an oracle card, and yeah, send you off into the rest of your day. Okay, what do we have for Capricorn here? Wild Woman. Oof. Ooh, that is a sexy energy. Okay. Let's get the card, the meaning out here, pardon me. Okay. When the Wild Woman dances into your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom. Divested of all social constraints and cultural conformity, the Wild Woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you're meant to become. She's a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of society. And she reminds us that in order to be fully present with life, we must uncover that light and let it shine brightly, regardless of the perceived consequences. When the Wild Woman, blah, 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 this is a symbol that your long-held dream is beginning to take root and wants to be expressed. Your authentic self doesn't fit in a box. It needs freedom to shine. It's time to have courage and step into the light. The Wild Woman says, shine brightly, dance with abandon, be yourself, and let Great Spirit decide what happens next. You'll be happy that you did. Okay. Awesome. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I really hope that this helps. I hope you have an amazing month, and I hope to see you real soon. Take care of yourself.